Law 19. Turn whole ends into dividends. I'm going from the ghetto streets to the executive suites, from the ghetto blocks to Wall Street stocks, from the sewer to an entrepreneur, from whole tracks to the office facts. Pimpin can. The life. When I was a youngster, my daddy always told me, son, don't go broke. It seemed like a real simple advice, like common fucking sense. Like most knuckleheads on the streets, I didn't listen. I thought, I got this. I would go on the streets, put down a hustle or two, and spend my money as soon as I got it. Because I didn't save my money, I found myself deeper and deeper in the game, which led to stealing and eventually landed me in the joint. I met some of the smartest men while I was in jail, but there was one thing these motherfuckers had in common. As intelligent as they were, like me, they didn't have any game plan. And that's what landed them there. One of the OGs in the joint was trying to get his shit together. He would always have a book in his hand. One day I walked up to him and said, brother, you think you're so smart, don't you? He looked at me like he wanted to do something, but he recognized that he had been in the joint long enough. He knew nothing good could come out of talking slick to a young hothead like me. He smiled at me and said, young man, I heard about you. I know you tried your hand at pimping. For that reason, I will tell you a little story about my life before I came to jail. About 15 years ago, I was 10 deep. 10 hoes, 100 toes, in case you didn't know. I had a brand new Cadillac and was getting 40 G's a week. I owned 3 mansions and went shopping like a Muslim prayers. 5 times a day. I had 10 sets of jewelry. I changed jewelry 10 days a week. I had my own mink farm. Because they couldn't kill the little son of a bitches fast enough to supply me and all my hoes for the winter. My pimp friends used to beg me not to compete for Pimp of the Year at the Players Ball so that they'd have a chance to win. My cash stash was in the millions. Then it all changed. One day, one of my hoes got out of pocket. I hit the bitch in the head and the hoe fell dead. I had the other hoes hide the body while I was going out of town. I tried to pimp long distance, but every one of these hoes left me. I used every dime trying to hide from the law. For 5 years, I ran without a plan, spending them hoe ends. Not once I had even thought about investing that hoe money. If I had done that, maybe I wouldn't be in the joint today. He then handed me a book. It was Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Take this book, he said. This book will change your life and uplift your pimping to a level these suckers will never understand. Pimp on a hoe until the wheels fall off the Benz. But at the same time, take your money and invest it in a business, in real estate, or open up some type of store. After I got released from jail, I took the OG's advice and got my money right. I opened up a grocery store and a clothing store, and I invested in real estate. I started a film company and a management company. Now I'm an OG, but I don't have to go through that shit that OG went through. The ism. Most players in the hustle live for the right now, instead of letting their next move be their best move. All of my brothers on the block with rocks in their socks get caught. They sell that dope for 3 years and then do 30 in a joint. The smart move would be to make that money, take that money, and then flip that shit. Pimps don't have pensions or social security. There's no pimp retirement fund. A pimp must turn hoe ends into dividends. You can't either pimp or die, or invest and multiply. You never had that. You need to have an end game. Turn your dollars into hoes so that your money will be working for you, instead of working for it. Have that money out on the track, breaking itself every single day. The wealth you have today can be gone tomorrow, if you don't invest and prepare for the future. Even the Bible tells a story that concludes, I tell you that everyone who has more will be given. But as far as the one who has nothing, even what he has will be taken away. You not even have to avoid spending all your money, but even just saving it is not enough. You have to grow your wealth.